Good evening, good evening, beautiful souls. Let me just quickly do this. Quickly do this. Share this live. Share this live. Talking all things love. Okay, beautiful souls, this beautiful evening. I am here once again. This is my book, Plastic Man. And this is the book all about love and my love story and what happened with my journey of finding love and so forth. So today I'm tackling the subject of, it is there in the book, conditional love versus unconditional love. But most importantly, what I'm going to share here is how to love unconditionally, how to start practicing, because we always speak about this unconditional love. You've heard Noma Sonto, you've heard many other coaches and many other people, you've heard others saying that no, there's no such thing as unconditional love. Hey, love has got to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so forth. So I'm here then to share how to start practicing it, because if we don't, we can know a whole lot of things. You can know a whole lot of things, but if you don't embody them, if you don't practice them, if you don't wear them and they become this physicality that it might as well don't do any of those things. Because bottom line is, you are, yes, a spirit being having a physical experience, meaning that without this body, the spirit does not exist. In here, without the spirit, this body doesn't exist. So these two, they work hand in hand. Hence, I come here to give you the practical examples, practical tools for you to know how to do this love thing properly, so that you can start having these experiences that you want. So, what is the conditional love? Let's start today. What is the difference between the conditional love and unconditional love? And then I'm going to share with you what the conditions that I had set on my side for my relationships, and then what I had to learn about those, and then give you how to do this unconditional love. Now, what is conditional love? Conditional love, it's like, for an example, it is a state where you are saying, I will only be able to love if only these things are met. Meaning that, for an example, some of us will say, I want this person, they must be a Christian or must be fearing God, they must be working, financially stable, they must have a great body, they must must be vested in their own healing, all sorts of things. Those are the conditions that we normally say that we are looking for, and then we say we're looking for those things because there's reasons. And there's a video that I did where I was sharing how do you even go further to establish why do you even want this person to be like that? Because it's pointless for you to be wanting this thing and you don't even understand why you're wanting it. So I am here to help you understand these things. Then if you don't know where that video, then you can always get my book. I've also got a last bit of the book, which is the second part where I drill down on my conditions. So it's exactly like somebody saying conditional love. It's like somebody saying, I will love you only if these terms and conditions are met. Now, unconditional love is you saying, I welcome you as you are because I'm expecting you or want you to welcome me in your life as you are. Meaning you come with all your flaws, you come with all your bliss, you come with all your superpowers, you come with all your flaws. So you come with everything, your ugliness, your beauty, and your bad. You come with everything. That is the unconditional love. You do not set conditions. You just want to love this person and have an experience with them, because now you are getting into level and an understanding that when you are doing that, you are actually loving the natural way. Now, let us come back to the conditional love. Why do we even put these conditions in the first place? We put these conditions in the first place because of fear. Yes, you heard me right. We end up putting all these conditions because of the fear of history repeating itself. We have unconsciously conditioned ourselves that what was yesterday will be today or it will be tomorrow. And when you look at life as is, you look at life generally. That today it was hot, but yesterday it was windy, tomorrow it will probably rain. So that is the nature of life. Situations changes, circumstances changes. Now, when you are in that position, when you are saying these conditions, they need to be met first, it is because you are in energetically, you are tapped in into this space of you being in the fear of whatever that has happened repeating itself and happening again. So you are so afraid that whatever that I've been through, it will happen again. For an example, somebody like me who was sexually abused, what will happen is you will start, when you get into a relationship, you block these. When you feel as if these what they was done to you, when somebody force themselves on you, or they without your permission and you without your willingness, then they got inside of you, then you you end up having this a boundary that you do not want anybody to just come in, not because everybody who comes into your life comes to destroy, but the thing is, what we don't understand is that what most people, when people come into your life, okay, let us get here. When people come into your life, either as a coach, either as a client, either as a friend, either as a lover, those people come to your life for two reasons. They come to your life to destroy certain things that are no longer worth being part of you. Or either they come to build within you something that is laying dormant and it must come out. Those are the two reasons the people we come in your life for. So now, with us certain conditions, we are saying, I do not want anything. I do not want to explore and get to understand some of the things that I'm not even conscious of that are laying dormant inside of me. So I will rather only play into this thing if only these conditions are met. I always make an example. Even in the book, I've made an example of when somebody wants a job. Imagine if the perception that you are having is that you will only be able to get the job that you want only if you had certain qualifications. What then happens to you if you do not have those qualifications? You start feeling unworthy. Your self-esteem goes down. You start thinking that you are worthless, you are unworthy, you are not good enough, and so forth. Because now you are tapped into the energy that's saying what you are as is now, there is something wrong with it. So I need to feel in this aspect. So that is why then we get into the space where we will want to have people that we want certain conditions to be met. Terms and conditions, guys, the reason we put terms and conditions in contracts, it is because we want to prevent what has happened in the past from happening again. And we are of the view, the reason we are putting that, we are of the view that it will repeat itself. But this is what we miss. Yes, it might have rained yesterday. It might have been windy today. It might be hot tomorrow. But that doesn't necessarily mean that is how your life will be in this relationship. That only says, confirms that in life, there are situations and events that will happen. And all of these, they happen for a reason. For an example, for somebody that is having a tree that is giving out fruits that are not eatable, maybe fruits that are spoiled. That somebody, and the fruits, they're up there in the trees and they are scared of getting into the trees. That for somebody, a day when it's windy, they are happy because what will the wind do? It will take out all those unfavorable or uneatable fruits and bring them down to the ground. So that person will celebrate. Secondly, when it is raining, When it is raining, for somebody who's having a wedding, they were having a headache with all my pictures and I won't be able to do this, maybe my garden wedding. But somebody who is a farmer, they will be happy that that is a good thing because now it means that my crops will grow even quicker. For somebody who is that doesn't like the sun, let's say, like being in a hot environment, maybe they've got skin problems. For them, having a cloudy and a humid atmosphere, or the weather being like that, it being humid or cloudy, it is for their favor. It works towards their favor because now it will their skin will not have to go through whatever it is that it goes through if it's hot. So why am I sharing this? These conditions that we are putting, hence I'm saying these conditions, we are putting them out of fear, and we are putting them out of fear thinking that exactly what happened yesterday, it will happen again today. But we are not understanding that at the present moment, you are at a different place than you were yesterday. You are a different person altogether than you were yesterday, today. Actually, even now, 8:30, I'm a better person than I was at 8 o'clock. Biologically, it is true. Scientifically, it's true. I am growing each and every second. You as well. So that means if something happened to you when you were 30, it doesn't mean that when the same thing happens when you are 40 or 32, then it will have the same impact on you. The only difference is that when that thing happens, when you are at that space, now you will be able to tackle this thing differently, in a different way. Hence, we have got to start loving unconditionally. Learn to love unconditionally. When you have called somebody into your life, either it's a friend, either it's a child, either it's a colleague, either it's a client, whomever you have called into your life you have got to learn how to love them unconditionally. And how do you do that? This is how you do it. You go and look at all these things that you hate about this person, or all these things that triggers you about this person, whether it is what they are saying or it is what they are doing. Doesn't matter. It is what they are saying, it was what they are doing, it is whatever it is that this is triggering you about this person. You have got to consciously write those things down. Write those things down. When you write those things down, what then do you do? What do you do then? You go and take these things that you have written down, and then you go and ask, Tsireletso, where in your life, where in my life, where in our life are we still possessing these aspects? Where are these aspects in our life lying dormant? Because as long as you do not see these things in you, you will always fall into a victim mode, and you think there is this thing that is happening to you. It is a bad thing and it's not supposed to happen, and wish it doesn't happen. And while you are wishing not it to happen, you are asking for it to happen more and more, because once you focus on whatever it is, you will call up into your situation in different ways. Hence, we find ourselves, once we get into a position, now I'm a doctor, now that I'm a doctor, now I've got to be a professor. It's like, now that I'm here, yes, I have to evolve as a person. But once I start making these things that I am to be what, it's like I'm saying, me being a doctor is it has made me who I am, whereas I am a doctor because of who I am, not the other way around. The title itself doesn't make me who I am, but I am the title because of the person that I am. So now when we start looking for these things, we don't look at these things as the things that add value into our lives, but or as things that we are actually we are seeing ourselves of value, and these things are being added into our lives. We see as those things as things that will come and add value to our lives. Hence, then we get into the relationships. You are sitting there, you know very well good when you are, all of us guys, all of us Let's stop fooling ourselves. All of us, as we are here to experience love. We are here to share love. We are here to express love. I don't care if you say you don't believe in love anymore. Love doesn't exist, but that love is who you are and what you are. And until you start unlearning and healing, there are those aspects of yourself that are preventing you from showing yourself your true self and honoring that aspect of you about yourself, you will always have a challenge when it comes to relationships. You will be married and then have a husband or a wife, then you still have a problem because you have not understood the value of you being in that relationship, as well as the value of that relationship or that situation happening into your life, in your life, as is, not the way you want it to be. So now the beauty, if you want to now start tapping in and adding and increasing or evolving to be a better and bigger person that you are on a daily basis, you have got to start learning to love unconditionally. And as I've shared how to start doing that, you need to see that aspect of yourself, of that person in yourself. And because you don't know what, because the first thing you say, but me, I'm not jealous. And you, yes, you are jealous. And believe you me, I can show you a whole lot of different places where you are jealous. But you are a jealous. And there is nothing wrong with you being jealous. There is nothing wrong of you with you being exactly like that, because there is everything that you are. All these aspects, the good, the bad, and the ugly, those things are here to help you evolve, evoke, transmute, and also connect with the superpowers and the natural powers that you are, and so forth. That's what it is. So if you are as challenged in a relationship, go and look at what you have put in as the conditions. Other than that, if you do not have a clue, you can buy a copy of my book. It's also on Amazon. It's also, you can also get a copy through me or my assistant, and then buy the book and check what are the type of different conditions that I had and what I learned about myself through those conditions when I discovered them in myself. That is all that I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much, Sireleto. I see you. Thank you so much for everyone there for coming through. Thank you. When you are catching a replay, please, 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 please share your side. What is it that you are struggling with? Sireleto, share with us what is it that you are struggling to connect with, which aspect of you, what conditions have you set, and how are those conditions at this present moment stopping you? Because those conditions, you do not only have them or in the relationships, they do not only apply to your relationship, they also apply to other aspects of your life. All of them as they are, those conditions that you are setting up for this person, you are applying those conditions, very same conditions, in the other aspects of your life, unconditionally so, unconsciously so. Hence, you've got to see where these are, and the tool is sit with yourself, write all the conditions, all those things that triggers you, all those conditions that you want met or not met, and so forth. Write those conditions down. Once you've written those conditions down, taking a deep breath, in and out, in through your nose, out through your mouth 9 times. After you've done that, then ask, obviously calling yourself with your first name, the full name as is. Tshireletso, what is it that about this person or these things? Where are they in my life? Where am I being like this in just of? And sit and listen to what is coming up. Whatever is coming first in your mind, or through, if either it's a vision or you are touching yourself or whatever, you must trust that this is where it is. If it says it's in your body, then the next question is, how am I doing this? How am I doing this? How am I showing up like that in my life? How is it showing up as like that in my body? All of that, you will come to see all of those things. So it is important for us to understand unconditional love. It is when we allow ourselves to express fully who we are, and also we allow the other person to express fully who they are without us setting boundaries. I know somebody said we must set boundaries and so forth. Guys, when you are spirit, there's no boundaries. When it comes to spirit, you just need to know how to clear yourself. You need to know how to connect. You need to know how to check if this is happening, is not happening right, and stuff, which is all of that has got to do with your elevation, your evolution, and so forth. Other than that, from me to you today, please, if you are challenged, come through to my office, share with me via a DM, coach, this is what, or via WhatsApp if you've got my WhatsApp. Other than that, you can send an email. WhatsApp 064 518 1767. Email Portia at theloveacademy.co.za. Other than that, you can send me a DM on Facebook and then let's chat about these things that you are struggling with that are making you to set up these conditions. And most importantly, it's important for you to see where these conditions are also blocking the other places in your life while you are holding them energetically. So, other than that, from me to you today, you can get the copy of my book on Amazon or you can get it through me in those numbers or through email, DM, whatsoever. Other than that, from me to you today, thank you so much. Much, much love. Bye bye. Sorry, this is for you. Can I unmute now? Can I please unmute?